Today we're going to talk about multiples. Multiples are the result of multiplying one number by another number, right? The first thing that we need to know is that every number is a multiple of itself, right? So let me show you an example. 7 multiplied by 2 is equal to 14. This means 14 is a multiple of 7. Why? Because 14 is made up of multiple 7s. 7 multiplied by 3 is equal to 21. This makes 21 a multiple of 7. 7 multiplied by 5 is equal to 35. This means 35 is a multiple of 7. 7 multiplied by 1 is equal to 7. This means 7 is a multiple of 7. This is because every number is a multiple of itself. Every number is a multiple of itself. Now let's explore this a bit further. Now remember, in multiplication, we have what is known as the commutative property. The commutative property of multiplication. This basically means that 5 multiplied by 3 is equal to 3 multiplied by 5, right? Because 5 times 3 is 15. And 3 times 5 is also 15. So what does this mean exactly? Right. This means 5 multiplied by 3 is equal to 15. So this not only tells us that 15 is a multiple of 5, but also that 3 is a multiple of 15. Why? Because 3 multiplied by 5 would also give us 15. Understand? So the commutative property basically states that it does not matter what position numbers are with regards to the multiplication sign, you will always get the answer, right? So essentially you can take any multiplication problem, 10 times 3, right? And you can swap around the numbers that are on either side of the multiplication sign and still get the same result. Hence 10 multiplied by 3 is equal to 3 multiplied by 10. Both answers will give you a result of 30. Both answers will give you a result of 30. Now I should also note that if you want to get good at multiples, it will help you a lot to study the multiplication table so you can know your multiples, and then you don't have to calculate as many times as you would. Now let's do a couple of activities, right? I want us to find the first 3 multiples of the following numbers. Right. 9, 7, 10, and 4. Now here's what I mean by the first 3 multiples, right? Here's what I mean by that. Remember that every number is a multiple of itself, right? So 9 times 1 will give us 9. That's the first multiple. 9 times 2 will give us 18. That is the second multiple. 9 times 3 will give us 27. 27 is the third multiple of 9. So please pause the video and try to find the answer to the first three multiples of 7. Alright, I hope you've gotten the answer, right? In this particular situation, we would then have to say 7 times 1, and that would equal 7. 7 times 2 would equal 14. 7 times 3 would equal 21. These are the first three multiples of 7. Moving on to 10, which in my opinion is probably the easiest, one of the easiest, at least. Right, 10 multiplied by 1 will give you 10, obviously. 10 multiplied by 2 will give you 20. 10 multiplied by 3 will give you 30. That means 10 is a multiple of 10. 20 is a multiple of 10. 30 is also a multiple of 10. Next, 4 multiplied by 1 is equal to 4. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. These are the multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12. Now, number multiples, just like numbers in general, go on forever, infinitely, and indefinitely. This means we have an infinite amount of multiples of 9. We have an infinite amount of multiples of 7. An infinite amount of multiples of 10. An infinite amount of multiples of 4. This means that multiples in essence do not end. Just like numbers in general do not end. They go on forever. Right? So for example, 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 3 is equal to 27, right? And then you could obviously go further than that and say 9 times 4 would give you 36. Go further than this still and say 9 times 5 would give you 45. Right? And you could just go on like this forever without ever stopping, right? You could also say 9 multiplied by 6, that would be 54. 9 multiplied by 7 would give you 63. And you could just go on forever and ever without ending. The same applies also for every other number. That's about it for multiples. Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.